BNP Paribas, partenaire des plus belles histoires de Roland-Garros, aux côtés des ramasseurs de balles depuis plus de 50 ans.
Getting back to the decision about the night sessions, what do you think the consequences are of essentially telling women that they're not worthy of...
That's not what we are saying. I have to stop you right there.
Okay. Well, that's not what you are saying, but that's the message that they are receiving, and that's the message that I think a lot of... That's a message that I think a lot of girls receive. So I think sometimes... You know, people have to think also not necessarily about what they're saying, but how their message is being received. And what do you think are the consequences of how the message is being received?
For me, the message that I always said, and I will repeat, as I said, the conditions did not change from having one unique match in the evening. So for me, the message is not changing, and has never been that the girls are not worthy to play at night. It's never been this, and I will not accept that you carry this message. That's really clear to me. What I'm saying is I'm talking, and we are talking because I'm not the only one to make the decisions, we are talking about potential match length. And in this perspective, it is hard. It is hard to say that the 2 sets can go really fast. When the 3 sets, you have 3 sets minimum. So it's, I don't know, 1 hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe more, I don't know. That's the length, for me, that's the length of the matches. It's not how they play, it's not the level they reach right now, especially right now. I'm not talking about this, but I mean, what would you do?
What would I do? You really want to know?
No, yeah. I mean...
I would solve the problem so that the women don't receive the message that you're not trying to give them.
That's what you think the message is. That's your interpretation.
I have 3 daughters. That's what they think the message is. I mean, that's what many women in the room feel the message is. So I guess I would listen to them to start.
You know, if we wouldn't have this conversation, maybe we talk about it on last Sunday.
Hi there, Amélie. Prime is the broadcaster in the night session. I was watching Prime last night, and it did occur to me that if I was only a Prime viewer and I only could watch the tennis when I got home from work, I wouldn't even know that there was a women's tournament, which is a problem. I just wondered...
Well, the tournament is on if you watch Prime, it means you're in France, because they only broadcast on this territory, and then you would have the national TV.
Yes, but if I was only able to watch in the evening, I wouldn't know.
Well,
that's aside.
You have many matches that are going on in the evening, especially in this first week of the main draw, broadcasting men and women's match on France TV.
Can I ask a specific question about the Prime contract, which I believe was re-signed 2 years ago? Is that right?
Yeah, 2, yeah. Probably, I don't have the dates.
Are they only... Does that contract stipulate that you can only have 1 match? Because a solution surely would be 2 women's matches. But you can't do that.
Yeah, we have 1 match.
Why did you sign that contract?
I'm not the only one signing the contract. It's the federation actually signing the contract with the broadcast.
Which tells us that actually they put...
we prefer...
Please.
To talk about the choice of having one match in the evening. I talk about it every year, but I can say the things again if you want this year. We decide to keep the 3 matches in the day, and when you put those 3 matches, the easy way would be to have the 2 matches in the evening. Then we wouldn't have this conversation. But we cannot have, I mean, in my opinion, if we don't want to finish too late, we cannot have the 5 matches in the day. And as I said, for people here in Paris, they come out of work, They usually come to hear Roland-Garros 7:30, 8 o'clock. So to hope to try to have a full house in the evening is 8:30, beginning of the night sessions. If we have 2 matches in the night sessions, it doesn't work in terms of how late the players are going to finish. That's my opinions. But if we start earlier, it's going to work in terms of remplissage. Comment on dit? The stands are going to be empty in most of the first match. In my opinion, that's what we think. So we keep this one match in the evening. It's not ideal. We cannot check every box because we have many things to think when we are doing these choices. That's
so it's a question of priorities.
Choices. Sometimes it's you cannot tick every box.
Hi, Amélie. You've just said it's an issue to have there would be empty stands for the first match in the night session if you were to have 2. So that's obviously a concession that having empty stands for matches is not ideal.
Well, it's yeah.
So therefore, taking night sessions out of it, women's are scheduled almost 100% of the time still as the first match on Châtrier, which I don't think many people would argue is the least favourable slot on the main court. Do you have any more power over that? And could you explain why that decision, that choice is made?
You know, the funny thing is that it's the same questions year after year. So
same answers.
Well, yeah. Yeah. We have those 3 matches during the day. It's 2 women matches, 1 men match, because we make the choice to have 1 match when most of the time, and last year was 100% of the time, the men's match in the evening. We have 2 men's matches and 2 women's matches every day on Châtrier, which you never mention.
I'm asking about. I'm aware of the schedule.
I'm just following my thoughts. So, okay. At some points, yeah, we try to, as you know, we try to make the best out of it. You only watch at Châtrier. I remember the first year you watched at the 3 main courts.
I'm asking about Châtrier.
Yeah. Same answers than last year then.
Okay.
Thank you. Take the next question. Yeah, sorry, front row over there, and then we'll go back. Devant, s'il vous plaît, premier rang. Allez-y.
Hi, Emily.
Hello.
2 separate topics, or 2 separate questions, both related, you'll be shocked by this, to scheduling. Wondering on this topic of the night scheduling and lack of matches involving women, have any current or former women players come to you with complaints, questions, anything they wanted to let you know about their view of this? And then separately, just more generally on the scheduling, how often do you get requests from players about maybe what time of day they would like to play?
You mean
in general,
scheduling requests? Just
yeah,
okay.
I want to play in the day.
How often?
I'd prefer to play at night, or I don't want to play at night. Or
so to answer the first part of your question, was any players, female players, coming to me to complain or whatever, or give their thought? Yeah. None. And to answer your second question, yeah, we have many requests from, not everyone, but we have many requests from players, yeah, for the scheduling. Sorry?
Every day?
Yeah. Yeah.
Amélie, obviously the scheduling topic, how much is it, has it got to also do with the cultural aspect and the people over here and what they really want and appreciate and go for? And the other part of the question is, The other topic of discussion coming into Roland-Garros this year has also been the meetings with the players and what their demands are. Has there been any further progress over the last maybe 10 days regarding that aspect?
The communication is open with the players. To be honest, I'm quite focused on running the tournament, so I'm not really at the moment in these last 10 days part of those conversations. But I think what is important, in my opinion, is that the communication is open, that everyone is transparent, also on the request, on the things that can be shared. So that's one thing. And what was the other thing? The cultural?
Yeah.
What do you mean in the cultural?
Well, there's I guess, to be upfront and honest about it, the fact that there's a preference for men's tennis, and we've spoken about the lack of filled seats, occupied seats in the early stages. So that point of it, and there's the fact that people like to eat late here as well.
Not as late as Spain, but no, the seating is obviously something that we try to improve, but it's really hard, because when someone is buying the ticket on Langlen or Châtrier and has the seat, it's we try to fill in some moments with other people that are not having the seat, but when you see how the schedule is made now, how the number of matches on outside courts as well. I mean, yesterday when you look at the program, it was on every court. It was really good. So the people are free basically to watch whatever they want, to go to eat at whatever time they want, to go out of Roland-Garros at whatever they want, if they just want to come or arrive late or leave late or whatever. That's how everywhere basically it's done. So yeah, we try to do our best regarding this, but it's not a simple thing.
Amélie, these questions you're getting about the night slot, the first slot Châtrier, how big an issue do you personally think they are?
You know what? I would like to change the subject. I think I've answered it all.